Hi there, Milan Levis is here, your financial freedom mentor and become financially free coach. Today, I really wanted to share with you something that I think is very personal to me. But as you probably heard, that everything that is personal is also universal, and I was hesitant to share such a personal story with you, but I feel that it could help so many of you that it felt important to talk about this. So yes, today I want to share with you my personal money blocks. And it's embarrassing because I'm a wealth coach. I'm a financial freedom mentor. But you know what? Each of us has many layers of limiting beliefs and limiting decisions that accumulated over our lifetime. Some of them rooted in our family dynamics, some maybe from social settings, from social trying to conform to social norms. And some just experiences because we all go through what we need to go through in terms of lessons in life. So today in our group, I posted a tip, or my idea of the day is that you really need to consider making your money important in your life. And I know that it seems like maybe trivial to many of you, because of course money is important, right? But yet so many times we don't really make money important, because we feel, well, I'm doing this is my spiritual work. I want to give back. I'm living my purpose. And I personally encountered coaches, very talented coaches, healers, energy healers, who really struggle with money, who didn't have money to pay for groceries. This is the extent that it can get really bad. Or maybe you feel that you have enough money, you don't need to worry about this, and you start spending them just because you have them, not because you need to spending on courses, spending on designer clothes, etc. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not that obvious. And specifically for me, this turned out to be a really very hidden money block. Yes, my money block was that a couple of times in my life, some a while ago, some fairly recently, I didn't realize that I stopped making money important. And to get to this point and explain you how it kind of got under my skin, because logically I know better, right? I want to start with my personal story, which seemed to be not very related, but you will see why it's important and why it's pertinent. In my family, my father was very reserved, emotionally reserved person. He never expressed his emotions openly. For example, I never heard "I love you" from my father, ever. And at that time, it seemed like it was my normal, right? Because I didn't know better. I kind of knew that he loved me and my sister. We knew that, but it was assumed. It was always assumed. It was never spoken. And my mom also, she kind of adjusted to him being reserved, and love in our family was assumed, was not spoken. So I, as you can imagine, I also became very reserved person. So for me to say "I love you" was such a big deal. In my first marriage, I probably said it, at the very beginning, and then it was kind of like, but it's assumed. at this time, I didn't realize how important words are, how important saying them and hearing them is for you and for people around you, especially word love. So when we just, and I also want to say that when my daughter was born, and I absolutely adored this little baby, and she was so cute, and I was finally a mother. I probably was saying this at the beginning, but lately, even with my daughter, I when she became a teenager and now a grown-up woman, it wasn't easy for me to express my feelings using words. It was like, but it's assumed that I love you. So you can only imagine how, for someone who is so reserved and not used to use word love, how challenging it was for me to say, I love money. Really? Love money? I couldn't think that way, and I couldn't feel that way. And yet, when we just came to the United States and we didn't have a lot of money, I really appreciated whatever we had. So maybe I didn't say I love money, but I definitely didn't feel that money is not important in my life. I definitely felt it was important because it was necessity, and I had a very respectful and very respectful relationship with money. Then when I got a good job, I started making 6 figures salary, and we built a beautiful life with my first husband, etc. Money stopped being important. Relationship was more important. Health was more important, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm not saying that you should make money your first priority. What I'm saying is that when you don't make something important in your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationships, whether it's your look, or whatever it is, when you don't make this important in your life, you lose it. Somehow it starts decreasing because it's not important anymore. Like, imagine that you have a friend and you don't make him or her feel important. He probably won't stick around much longer. And everything is energy, and money is energy, and there is a metaphysical aspect of money energy that also needs to feel important. So anyway, back to my story. So when I started being comfortable financially, and I decided to leave my comfortable marriage, and I decided to leave my comfortable job, and I applied to a very expensive, prestigious business school, and that was my focus. And I figured that, yeah, I'm making good money. I can pay for this. I can afford this. Money stopped being important. And I didn't even notice at what point it happened, but money stopped being important. I was willing to pay whatever it takes. I was willing to go for it. And it was good. I was driven. I was excited. But again, money stopped being important. So when I graduated and I couldn't find a job, and I started experiencing health issues, and I started experiencing financial issues, I started to feel angry about money. It's like, if it wasn't just for this damn money, I would be able to have a great medical care because I had neck injury. If it wasn't for this, stupid money, I don't remember exactly the words that I was using, but I felt that if it wasn't for money, I would probably have much better time right now. So this energy shifted in me from being respectful toward money to being almost like angry, and subconsciously I started rejecting. I started I developed the energy of resistance. And guess what? I experienced less and less success with money. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't find a job. Financially was very, very challenging. And it's a long story that some of you may know about me, but it took me a lot of really challenging time, experiencing health issues, experiencing relationship issues. I was going through divorce, experiencing financial issues. It took me a lot of time to get back to more balanced and respectful attitude toward money. When I said, yes, I respect this energy. I want this energy be part of my life, be part of my existence. This energy, money energy, is love energy. That's when I started to realizing, when I started meditating and going through spiritual awakening, I started realizing that everything is energy, and including money. And I started practicing saying I love you to people, and feeling love for everything that was important in my life, including money. And it didn't happen over time, but slowly but surely, my business started to pick up. My business partners came back after we had devastating losses in my real estate business. And I started to feel confident about saying, I love you to my daughter, I love you to my partner, and I love money. And it was such a huge shift for me. Remember, I was not able to say I love you to a person who I sincerely loved. And saying I love you, I love money was absolutely huge for me. But I was able to make the shift. Then when I achieved financial independence, and I started to feel very comfortable, and I started to enjoy my freedom of choice, freedom of time, and freedom, and using my money to enjoy life and give and receive and create. Somehow, at some point, again, money stopped being important in my life. I started thinking that, yeah, but this is my spiritual work. Maybe I shouldn't charge for this, because it's not like I need this money. I don't need money. And I started hearing this in my head. I don't need money. I can do it. I don't need money. I can do it. And guess what happened? My investment business started suffering. My inflow of money started decreasing, and outflow increased. Cash flow, incoming cash flow started to be less, and outgoing cash flow started to increase. And I realized that this is the block that I keep talking about, the hidden, very, very hidden, very subtle block that sometimes we're not even aware of. And I discovered this block during my NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and timeline therapy, because I needed someone to point to ask particular questions, to point me to particular way of processing information and thinking and saying that when I said this, after a certain sequence of questions, I realized that that's one of those blocks, that the hidden, the very subtle blocks that I again experience. I made money not important in my life. Can you believe how embarrassing it is? I know better. And I realized that it's important to feel that you love money. It's not embarrassing, it's not greedy. Love is energy, money is energy. You need to express, using words, you need to express your affinity to something that you want to have more of. You want to have more friends? tell them you love them. You want your kids to feel safe and to feel secure and to feel adored. Say, I love you. And guess what? You want to have more money hanging out in your life? Say, I love money. And I'm not embarrassed anymore to say these words. I feel that it's important in the context of money is energy, and sharing energy and allowing money to circulate in your life, come and give, is expressing love. Because just imagine when you feel respect and express importance to this form of energy. Just like everything else, you can do so many things with money, right? You can give so much, but you also need to receive it. So when you say I love money, it's expression of self-respect, it's expression of being spiritual. And you know what? I also, something very important. I want you to know that I really feel that being rich is an aspect of being spiritual, because learning how to deal with money in this life, it's a task that we as a spiritual being having human experience need to master. You need to master being financially powerful. This is one of aspects of learning this lesson in this lifetime, in this physical universe. So I really grateful that I was able to detect this very hidden, subtle block that started creeping into my life. And like I said, yeah, it was embarrassing to acknowledge that that's what I teach, and I was not even aware how suddenly I started feeling this myself. So I hope it's helpful. For some reason, I didn't see your comments, and I believe that there were some people on this call. I'm using Facebook Direct live video. So if you have any questions, please comment below. Oh, now I see that it's Sarah and someone else. Hi guys, thank you so much. I'm sorry I didn't see who was there on the call before, but I hope that all of you who will watch this video via recording, that it was helpful for you, that it was useful, and you see that you too can love money and can make money important in your life, and why it's so important. So I look forward to your comments. I will answer all of them. And the last very exciting news of that I want to share with you, starting September 8th, I decided to offer free mindful money calls to all of you who want to discuss your financial situation, who want to talk about any challenges that you may experience, whether it's your mindset, whether it's questions about manifesting money in a spiritual world, or manifesting money in a physical world, how to make more money, what is important to remember to make more money, what are the parameters for you to become wealthy. Okay, so I hope that all of you will register. I have it on our Facebook group. I have a link where you can register for this call, so I could send you information. You can call in from any country using local numbers, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay? As always, much love to you and blessings.